So here's something you might find surprising. In just 6 hours, a group of stroke survivors who had never written a song, never played an instrument, and never even attended a music session created this. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the thing, anyone can write a song, and I'm going to show you exactly how we did it, and trust me, you can do it too. When you're working and creating with people with no music experience, the key is to start simple. With my music charity, we usually start by playing familiar songs, the stuff that people know and love. Think Sweet Caroline, Amarillo. Obviously, this is age dependent, so try to gauge the room and the audience that you have. The thing is, those classics aren't just sing-alongs, they're almost certainly songs that they will know, and familiarity helps break the ice and get people relaxed. Then we hand out percussion instruments that are simple, accessible, and inclusive. You don't need a ton of experience to shake a tambourine, but that simple act makes a huge difference. When someone's contributing a sound, they feel more involved. It's almost like magic. This gentle distraction helps people feel more comfortable, and before you know it, their vocals are loud and proud as well. It's incredible how quickly confidence builds once people realise they're part of the music. In some situations, physical movement might be limited for the individual, so we have things like wrist bells and wind chimes, which are even more inclusive. If someone wishes to play guitar but has no experience, we can tune the open strings so that they resonate with the chords and the music that's being played or created. This way, the attendee only needs to strum the open strings, and we know it's going to resonate lovely with everything that's going on around it. This reduces the physical demand on them and also lowers any associated pressure that can come with performing in front of people. You also have amazing music technology nowadays which really heightens inclusivity, like iPads and MIDI keyboards, but we're going to talk a bit more about that later. Now let's talk about songwriting. It might seem complicated, but we break it down into its simplest elements. For example, in music, in its basic form, chords can be major or minor. Major sounds happy, minor sounds sad. It can be as simple as that. In this part of the sessions, we also limit ourselves to the notes A to G, because talking about sharps and flats can start to get a bit confusing for people. The idea here is to make everything accessible. We then ask the group to pick letters, just letters, and from that we begin to build a chord progression. We will play all of their suggestion as a major and a minor so they can hear that difference. We may gently guide them with what sounds tense or more resolved alongside each other, but it's important to remember there is no wrong in music. What might sound odd to one person could be the sweetest sound to another. You may encounter some musical differences here, but hopefully it's a healthy discussion. It pretty much always is, and usually a group will just settle on something that sounds nice to them all, and if not, maybe a little bit of gentle encouragement from an instructor takes place. But generally speaking, if you take at least one element from each person's suggestions, they will feel happy and included, and that's the most important thing. Now let's dig into lyrics. This starts with a simple guided conversation. If it's a group setting like it was with the stroke survivors, there's often a shared experience that binds them, but it's important to remember that everyone's journey is also unique. In this case, we talked about their recovery journeys, their challenges, their victories. Someone usually speaks up to get the ball rolling, which gives others confidence, and before you know it, they're bouncing off of each other and sharing their thoughts and feelings. Our job as facilitators is to listen carefully, and then if need be, help glue bits together or condense certain sections that then creates the lyric. If interaction is limited to begin with, we make sure we attend the session with a pre-prepared melody with some simple words. This will help get people started and start expressing themselves more confidently. A great way to approach this is to start with the chorus. In most songs, this is usually the shorter, punchier section that captures the message of the song. For example, in this case, the group came up with the line, "It's time to move, don't be afraid, it's time to move, it's just a phase." We then just worked backwards. The verses simply became an extension of that, more emotions, more details, more experience. Anyone can contribute. The trick, building their confidence to express what's already inside. Now, once we have the song, we record it. Recording is an amazing tool for reflection. It's a tangible reminder of what they've created. Plus, it's an opportunity to hear themselves and learn from it. And the great thing nowadays is you don't need fancy equipment or a big budget. We used a MIDI keyboard, which enabled people with limited physical mobility to play a wide range of sounds with very small physical movements. An iPad is another fantastic option. You can load all sorts of sounds on there. Suddenly, a simple keyboard can be turned into a violin, a saxophone, a full-on orchestra. You could load the sound of a car screeching, a dog barking, whatever it is you want to put on there. It's incredible and a really handy tool to have. For this track, I played the main guitar, but in other cases, we will use the tuning trick that I mentioned earlier, so the attendees can just strum the open strings and be able to play every chord that is occurring in the song. Ukuleles are another great option. Some chords only require one finger, and if that chord isn't in the right key, you just use a capo. And then the big moment, we performed live with this group. For many people, this is another completely new experience. It's the culmination of everything they've created, and seeing them take to the stage is absolutely incredible. I'm not saying every songwriting session has to end with a live performance, and we don't get the opportunity to do this with every group that we work with, but it is another huge life experience and can work wonders for giving people another boost of confidence and self-esteem. So if you've been debating about whether to enter the world of live music, give it a go. Okay, what's the takeaway? Anyone can write a song. It doesn't matter if you've never played an instrument or never attended a music group in your life. The key is breaking it down step by step and giving people the confidence to express themselves. And that includes you. Whether it's in a stroke recovery group, a care setting, or just at home, music is for everyone. Utilize accessible equipment like an iPad, download user-friendly software like Logic, or just grab the instrument you've always debated whether you could play and start to discover your creative potential. If the group I've showcased here can create something this powerful in just 6 hours, imagine what you could do too. A big thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how music can transform people's lives, then please check my charity's links in the description. And if you want to become a confident and creative musician, then check my newsletter link that's down there as well. Every sign up receives a completely free beginner guitar course. It's the perfect way to start writing your own songs and building musical confidence, so feel free to check that out as well. A big thanks for watching. I'll hopefully catch you again soon. Take care.